Welcome to the podcast where relationships, confidence, and determination all converge into an amazing, heartfelt experience. This is Speaking from the Heart.
Welcome back to episode number 73 of Speaking from the Heart, and Happy New Year 2024 as we start this brand new adventure that lies ahead. I know that for many of us, we're probably excited for the opportunities that present themselves, and I am no exception to that rule. I'm definitely interested in what this podcast will provide for the new year, particularly with the number of guests that we're going to have over the next several months, and even some of the things that are happening in my own business, Your Speaking Voice LLC. But I really wanted to spend some time today to talk about not only the reflection of the podcast, which I started to do in episode number 71, but I also want to talk about where this journey will lead us to, especially as we get towards the new year. I know that for many of us, we can think about the fact that this helps us so much with creating that best version of what we want to be. And I think that for some of the things that are lying ahead, which we reflected quite a lot on what we've been able to do in episode number 71, I think that this is the time now to talk about what's lying ahead. And I think that if you're ready for this new adventure, you would be excited to know about some of the things that are going to be happening as we continue to move forward. In addition to the fact that we'll continue the same format that we've been having, which mostly been monologue episodes on Tuesdays, along with guests on Thursdays, we'll sprinkle in some bonus episodes on Wednesdays and featuring some guests of a particular type of theme, which we started to do in the months of September, along with November as well. But I also want to talk about the fact that these guests that we're going to have upcoming in the new year are going to continue to be a mixture of not only high-performance leaders and coaches that have helped themselves become the best version of who they are, but also some businesses that might be helpful for you to engage in, to create that best opportunity that might help you get to where you need to go. But I think that with this overall development of the show and where this will lead us, I want to continue to emphasize the importance of your feedback, which I continue to see a lot of opportunity for us to expand in. So if you're interested in a topic that might want to be covered in the show, especially if it was with a particular guest, I would welcome your suggestions by emailing me at podcast@yourspeakingvoice.biz so that we can continue that conversation and continue to book some interesting, unique individuals. But I also want to discuss the fact that there's going to be some updates later on in the next several months that will help you maybe even get more out of what this podcast provides. One of the biggest things that I'm thinking about, and which will help you maybe even get more out of this, is having focus groups that would help you with a particular type of topic or even leading a different type of topic that would help you in your personal and professional development overall. That even includes businesses for that matter. If you're interested in learning more skill sets that might help you take it to the next level, but don't have the invested time to be able to do individual or unique situational coaching, this type of format might help you become that best version of who you want to be. I also am looking at potentially giving you more behind-the-scenes content about what your speaking voice, let alone speaking from the heart, can provide for you in helping you develop those aspects that you're focusing on. Now, I'm being very vague about it because I'm continuing to work on some of those opportunities, but I'm also looking for opportunities for you to get involved. If you're interested in sponsoring or even giving advertisement space on the show, feel free to also email me at the email address I previously provided, podcast@yourspeakingvoice.biz. I'm looking at not only expanding the scope at which we will provide that opportunity, but offsetting some of the costs that are involved with running this podcast show will also help alleviate some of the burden upcoming for not only some of the things that we're planning to do, but to give you more added benefit and more exposure to some of these things that you want to work on. Even as we continue to build into this new year, what I'm really excited about is now we're officially in year 2 of running Your Speaking Voice LLC. And first off, I want to say to all my existing clients that have worked with me, whether that has been in the past or has been an ongoing relationship, to say thank you so much for being part of this experience in running my business. It's been really eye-opening, and it's also been encouraging to see the number of progress reports that have been positive in nature, not only with working with systemic change coaching, but also working in the framework of developing SMART goals. SMART being always the acronym of specific, measurable, actionable, relatable, and time-bound. But we want to continue to be able to build upon not only those aspects of your development, but for those that are interested in continuing to coach and looking for that type of coaching in their lives, I would love for you to explore what Your Speaking Voice LLC really can help you do. Within the last several months, I have expanded my business coaching offerings, which I want to spend a few minutes talking about this aspect of it, because in the beginning of this podcast, I spent several episodes exploring what those different things are that I offer in order to help people understand more about the background of which I'm providing. Business coaching in itself isn't just necessarily helping an individual or a group of people addressing a problem or a task at hand. It's really about understanding what you can do to create not just that best version of yourself, but also for what you're trying to do with your own business. Business coaching, in my own sense, is really about figuring out what are some of those personal conflicts, that professional development gaps, and other sort of things that might be helping you to create that opportunity to excel where you might be lacking the most. This can include anything from organizational efficiency, process improvements, strategic planning. Maybe you have a nonprofit board or a board of directors and it requires some development of their skill sets and abilities, and maybe doing some sort of strategic planning. It might even work on interpersonal communication, maybe addressing conflict that happens in the workplace. But even if you are in an existing business, or maybe you're just starting out, I also provide that sort of service for you as well by looking at your mission, visions, and values development, your business and nonprofit startups, and even my cup of tea, in which I really enjoy doing more than anything else, which is public speaking, which might be including just an introductory course, helping you with your sales presentations, giving you some assistance and guidance on how you best present your data and formatting that data for a roundtable discussion or even for large conferences, but even much more. I'm also excited to offer a new development in my own business, which is because of the training that I've received called Crucial Conversations for Mastering Dialogue. Now, I have mentioned this training on other episodes, but this is a certification that I have received from the folks at Crucial Learning, in which you can learn more about what Crucial Learning is all about and the different offerings that they provide. But if you're looking to have conflict resolved in a healthy way and learning a new process that might help you empower individuals and organizations within your framework to help you understand and create those opportunities for discussions, especially when the stakes are high, opinions vary, and emotions run strong, this sort of course might be a betterment for your overall situation. And I'm really excited to be offering all of those things. Down the road, especially if you are interested in working with me, especially as we have continued to work on the podcast, if you are looking to even start your own podcast, whether that's with audio or video, I'd be more than interested to help you as an offering and an extension of my public speaking coaching services as well. But more importantly, above all of those things, are really the exciting opportunities that will lie ahead with more conferences, more opportunities to expand my speaking ability, but also helping you to realize your true potential. If you are interested in booking me, I am available for 2024 for conferences and even individual speaking engagements for smaller groups, which, if you are interested, I can provide some references upon your request. Feel free to email me at contact@yourspeakingvoice.biz if you'd like to learn more information or set up a time with me at www.yourspeakingvoice.biz/schedule. With all those things said and having all that advertising put to the side, I'm really excited for what's ahead for year 2, not only because of the expansion of many of these different types of services in which we've been able to offer, but as a result of all the 72 episodes before this episode aired, it's been able to help me to create some of these best values for you to expand your mindset and create engagement in ways in which you might have never thought possible before. As we continue in the new year, I'll continue to provide more quarterly updates about my business and also what I'm offering, which will be a change in some of the things that I've been offering in my episodes in the past year, especially as we started out. Why is this important? I know that for many people, it might be an exciting opportunity to learn a little bit more about my business and what it's all about. And especially if you are interested in starting your own business, which I've had plenty of coaches on the show to discuss their own flavor of creativity and imagination, and maybe their own unique story for that matter, in developing their own business, you could tell, and I'm sure that you have noticed, that not one coach is cut from the same cloth. In other words, I'm excited to see what you might think as we have new guests and new opportunities to explore different mindsets, which that in itself will help so many people realize their true potential as well. So I'm really excited to be sharing most of that with you. Coming up is soon going to be the 100th episode of this podcast, and I'm really excited about it. It's already been in the works for a number of months, even before we started this new year, in which we're going to be featuring some of the most memorable moments of this podcast, plus so much more. So I'm not going to spill all the secrets as it relates to that episode. But I will tell you this. As we enter this new year and we continue to reflect on what might be lying ahead, I want to give you some perspective that I've been learning as we continue to go through these holiday months and enter this brand new year. It is not easy to continuously evolve and change in this ever-changing world, which is always my mission, especially as I continue to help others expand their comfort zone and see what they're ultimately able to provide in the bigger sense. But if you're still struggling with those facts, that maybe that reality that we're entering into in the new year might be uncertain, might be cautious in nature, or might be even concerning overall, I want you to know that everything will be all right. As a matter of fact, if you've still been putting off even reaching out to me or even somebody that might be helping you with your coaching overall, I would encourage you to reach out to them. Explore what those alternatives are. It's not too late, and this is the opportunity to start now, especially when the year is fresh. Especially as we get into more of these topics, as we explore what Your Speaking Voice and Speaking from the Heart will share in this new year, 2024, I want you to continue to explore yourself, what you can do in expanding your services. Now, it doesn't just mean in the business sense what you can provide, but also maybe thinking or retooling some of the things that might have been tried and true, but now are not as effective as they used to be. We're still going through some of the toughest things that are happening in the world, but it doesn't give you an excuse to put off what might be lying ahead for yourself and for others for that matter to create that opportunity for yourself and others as well. And I know that seems redundant in nature to keep referencing that, but the main importance of doing that is that positive reinforcement will help you with not only exploring some of those opportunities for yourself to grow, but also to understand that there's always more than one answer to a significant problem or concern that you might have, which is why I continue to expand my own business. The things in which I offer not only include some of the things that you're able to do, but maybe help you refer it to others that will help them become the best version of who they will be in the long run. But don't be afraid to be who you authentically are. And that's my best advice to you as we enter this new year. Don't be afraid of what those opportunities can be for you to expand your comfort zone, to become something that you never thought possible, or maybe to be something as the best version of who you are in your own sphere of influence, let alone your own team building as a whole. As we continue to explore the topics of personal and professional development, and that might be struggles for you in this new year, I'm excited to be sharing more principles, more techniques, and more aspects that have been tried and true, but maybe some of you have never heard of before. By reinvesting in ourselves and by committing to the fact that this conversation about authenticity, which has always been the heart of what Speaking from the Heart is all about, we want to be able to continue to have that dialogue. And I'm looking forward to not only just sharing those things and reflecting on them with you, but also realizing that the true potential that lies deep inside of you has yet to be fully unlocked. Because it is a never-ending journey. in which we're able to continue to become not just the best versions of ourselves, but maybe we might just learn a thing or two about our own ways in which we can improve. And that's why I look forward to not just hearing from you, but hearing from the global spheres of what you might be providing in the year 2024. Get ready and get buckled in, because here we go, 2024, here we come, and we're not going to sacrifice anything else anymore in our personal and professional development. And I look forward to having you in that ride. Thanks for listening to episode number 73 of Speaking from the Heart, and I look forward to hearing from your heart very soon.
Thanks for listening. For more information about our podcast and future shows, search for Speaking from the Heart to subscribe and be notified wherever you listen to your podcasts. Visit us at www.yourspeakingvoice.biz for more information about potential services that can help you create the best version of yourself. See you next time.